One more set to go here on Friday's competition. Prelims going down center court 2023 NXL World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall, blessed to have Grayson Gladstone from San Diego Aftermath looking pretty dialed here at this event. Lots of improvement there. Can't wait to pick your brain about that. You picked a good one. This is going to be an interesting set. Also got paintball legend Rich Telford up here, coach of New York Extreme, former star from Excessive and the Ironman. Right now it's Diesel, redemption mode for Diesel. It's been redemption mode pretty much all season for Diesel with their superstar roster. They've underperformed. They lost 2 games yesterday to the Level and the Lucky 15s. They're playing Uprising right now. Revo also dropped a game, won a game yesterday. They're also in must-win situation. Bears, similar moment for them. So Grayson, Diesel, Uprising, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a chaotic match. Diesel's down 0-2. They got to really clean up a lot of the mistakes and penalties from yesterday, and Uprising's going to bring chaos.
Well, we hope so, right?
So
Bring up for both teams, 5 alive.
Yeah, looking at our 2-box, going to try to bring you guys this angle here a little bit more throughout this event as we get our kind of our little mini map there on the right. As we look at Diesel, so Diesel with a pretty strong 5 alive break for them and a little penetration. So we've been calling this the arrowhead here, Grayson, as it definitely appears from our eye in the sky as it is an arrow format. But it's safe, right? You know, you can get guys up, get a little penetration. They do get a kill in Uprising. And some teams willing to risk some bodies out wide and some teams don't. But with Diesel kind of facing elimination right now, if they lose this game, that's it. Their World Cup's over and their season is over. And it would have been a terrible season for them if they lose this match. So I get why they're going safe here, at least for their initial break.
It's definitely, if it does not go well for them, they are definitely the highest paid, least performing team in the league, right? Is that safe? I mean,
that is very safe to say.
Yeah, that's a rough moniker.
Another buddy coming off here for Uprising. So,
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
What's good about this little arrowhead spot here is that guy in the Dorito can can't really check him off. So you have to wrap the inside. He could be rolled off. It's really hard to get out wide with that guy posted waiting there. And if Uprising's been playing the pocket a lot, that just keeps him trapped.
Clint Johnson with a little move from the Landry Logistics Tower to the little box on Snake side, looking first Dorito side, now Snake side. Mouse J-Rap follows him up, takes the Landry Logistics bunker. 2-on-5 advantage here for Diesel as
Spica going to run through. Dice is up. Olsen, Spica on the run through is going to get a little 2-pack to close, and it looks like it's going to be a clean run. No penalties assessed, and Kyle Spica past couple events really been stepping up.
Well, like Todd said, I mean, Todd was very adamant that Kyle Spica was the best player on that team this season. No questions.
Well, Mouse went down with an injury at the last event. Spica stepped up. Spica was pretty good yesterday. He had some good production. I would have to say Goldman was the most consistent body out there, even though with the injury all season long. But, you know, Mark's paying these dudes for a reason. And if you're Kyle Spica, you need to get out there and feast. And he's been doing that the past 2 events. So it's good to see at the close of the season. We're now in the pits here with AC Diesel. So let's listen in real quick. There's Spica.
Hey, this one's for the mask. Okay. All right.
Only change is going to be wet for BJ.
Everything else will be
Hey, where did they Diesel? 5 more. Where did Clint Johnson?
That was the second guy.
Wrap?
But that was a kill, right?
Correct. But that was 22. We called 11, but that was really 22.
Wait. What did you just give him?
Greg probably talked about how their kill count was off there.
That's not his pain.
Yeah, making little adjustments.
Yeah, it's going to be jumping into this next point here. Revo taking on the Bears. Again, Revo went 1-1 yesterday. Both their games were really close, but they had a 1-point win over the Saints. And then a 1-point loss to Aftermath. So 1-1, even on the point spread. And in the bracket with Revo, it's Extreme, Revo, Aftermath, Bears. So this is your bracket right now here, Grayson.
We play
5 alive for both of these
Bears
teams.
tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys play Bears tomorrow, so good scouting for you up here. It's, you know, best. I was going to say it's normally the best seat in the house, but that VIP they have over there actually might be a little bit better, even though they're on the back line.
I don't see very many people over in that VIP.
Oh, you're missing out then.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing seats.
Well, right now it looks like Revo's doubling up the Logan Landry Logistics tower, which we have not really seen too much.
No, someone was doing it a little bit. Remember we said we use it as a staging area. They go here and they fill forward. I don't know if that was Revo or somebody else.
I like that move. Both teams, they took a pocket breakout, and Mara, instead of just dying out of the back center or having a gunfight to get out, he doubled up the Landry Logistics bunker, and now he's trying to work his way out to go up the center even more.
Yeah, Weaver launches. Oh, they are going to be losing Benny Carroll, though, so it's kind of a tough death for Benny Carroll out of that tower relatively early here on in this point.
This is just a battle of attrition. Both teams are just in the pocket, locking down their lanes, just waiting for someone to make a mistake.
Slight one body advantage. Oh, well, it was a one body advantage for the Brooklyn Bears, but they throw that away, still doubling up that back center. It's 4-on-4.
Two tough deaths on both sides. Frank just made a move out. He's asking for a check.
Looks like he gets out there alive. So 2-3 reposition as Sakaguchi now moves outside. So slight advantage here for the Bears getting outside D side.
Omara just called for a good switch with Weaver there because he knows that Weaver has the shot between the Dorito 1, Dorito 2, and Omara still has the shot to shoot the outside of the snake side can. Slowing
down a little bit here.
Good comms for
0-0 here.
good comms for both squads. Oh, another death here for Brooklyn Bears. This is a pretty gunfight heavy field, Grayson.
Having a hard time staying alive in that can.
Yeah, and there are some sneaky shots where people can go up the center and try to bait you, but it's a lot of just fighting the guys in front of you and then trying to make moves off of that.
And a lot of don't die.
Yeah. You have to gunfight, but you can't die either.
Yeah, a lot of making good decisions. 4-on-3 advantage here for Revo, still basically in the pocket. Snake can back center, Landry Logistics bunker, and the small snake brick.
3-on-4. Bears have done a good job at not letting Sense out of the back center and filling the Dorito
Frank
side.
Antomaso getting caught going from Dorito 1 to Dorito 2. 2-on-4 advantage now for Revo.
Tough death.
Revo
Yeah, it is a
having to
tough
play
death.
a very slow, methodical point here.
Well, Revo in a 2-on-4 doing what they need to do. They just really have never risked a body out wide so far. They really don't want to make that run.
I'm not saying they're afraid to go outside, but they might be afraid to go outside.
We have Rob Velez there in the snake side can, and he's a great gunfighter and he has good timing, but it seems that he just doesn't feel a need to make any moves. He's just going to try to win gunfights and hold zone.
Yep.
As long as it works, it works.
Omara takes another bounce.
If he's hit, I feel like that should be a penalty. He's kind of wiping his back there.
I saw that. Is there a hit here, ref, where I was wiping my hand? And Bears lose their last two players. Good point there for Revo. They struggled a little bit yesterday, but they look good here today.
So far.
So far.
Well, Revo had a really good one at the last event. They looked solid. They made a Sunday.
Elliot Weaver played really well that first event for him.
Yeah, he's a strong two.
Yeah. Weavers are really good. There's a lot of guys on that Revo squad that are getting really good. I mean, Revo's sitting in 11th place overall. 15th at the first. They actually took two 15th places, but then a 9th and an 8th. So making 2 Sundays in a row.
Weaver came from the Energy camp, didn't he?
Energy and Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. He was on Boom for years.
Energy's had a lot of really good players come through that camp.
Yeah, and then he really started to get really good on Energy Elite.
That's
Left them 2 events ago, and he's just one of those guys, you know. I've said this before, but a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm underrated. I'm underrated. I'm like, to who? Who are you underrated to? You know,
My
because
mom.
anyone that your peers know how good you are, bro. But Elliot Weaver, I feel, is an underrated player.
He has been for a long time.
He just hasn't been on a top team, so he hasn't got a ton of shine as a star on a top team, but he has that level of talent, I think.
Even 7-8 years ago on Boom, he was the guy winning the 1-on-1s, 2-on-1s.
Diesel losing their first player D side, Matty.
But now he's playing with a lot of strong people around him too. So he's getting the shine.
He's one of those twos that doesn't just watch his one, but follows his one up, supports his one, and then when the one gets shot, he immediately takes that position and picks up that mantle. 4-on-5 advantage here for Seattle.
Well, we got that arrowhead look here for Seattle Uprising as everyone's, back the back 3, and then Logan Landry the logistics spot, and then at the door, very safe, and it produced a kill for him. So 5-on-4 situation in favor of Uprising. They need it. Down by 1. Still a lot of time left. You can see the furthest furthest 2 players up for Uprising.
I was gonna say at one point they had 4 out of 5 of the Uprising guys were on their knees. I was like, you can tell that those guys are going nowhere.
Is this Brandon Olson here in the lay down pillow for Uprising?
Yeah.
I feel like he has the ball to make a move here. He doesn't really keep the Diesel player in that Dorito side can, so
Not from there.
the back center guy, he's holding that zone. I think he should just make a move off of that. He's really great at threading the needle in the center.
Yeah, he can take either one of those wings, right?
I think
He
he
got
just has to
EJ
put
in the Landry Logistics Tower gunfighting with his mirror and then the Snakeside can as well. He just got to be careful he doesn't get caught there.
Elliot just made it out wide to the Dorito 1.
Crucial, very crucial. Uh-oh, sounds like Olsen's taking the walk. Yeah, just got a little bit too complacent there. Started looking for something to do. Oh, taking a walk now is a decent player from the Dorito side. I think that's Spica.
4-on-3.
No, it's not Spica. BJ moves up to the brick in the snake style.
That was definitely Spica.
Wasn't Spica? Okay.
3-on-3 now.
3-on-3. Uprising kind of throwing this point away here.
Yeah, they lost both their bodies out of their spots, the two further spots up. They still have their 3 back players left alive. They did spread the field slightly on the D side, but
They were up on bodies both times they lost those bodies as well.
BJ Henningberg holding off Ilya Pankov. Let's see. The whole Dorito side blown open here for Diesel.
Yeah, they got to take that opportunity to get down. There's only just BJ stopping it. Well, J-Rab in the back center is putting a little pressure that way as well. And J-Rab gets out now from back center to the can. They got to keep that containment. They cannot let J-Rab get out to that side. BJ now getting into the snake. They can't let that happen either. 2 big mistakes there from Uprising. And then they don't counter either of the moves. That was a double negative. They let 2 guys get outside and then didn't counter any moves. Stayed inside the pocket. And then now they're going to pay for it. Yeah.
here comes Henningberg. Ooh, did he? Yeah, I think he got the crossfield kill. Henningberg does get taken out on the desperation run. Uprising had to trade the body to do it. Goldman sneaks into the snake. Still has J-Rab on the D side. 2-on-1 situation here in favor of Diesel with a 1-point lead going their way right now. And again, Diesel is trying to save their year right this second. So every kill, every point of the utmost importance. There's not enough hyperbole to describe how important this game is right now to AC Diesel with the frustrations they have had in 2023.
We don't even know if they can get in with 2-on-2 yet.
Yeah, but you can't. Yes, you're right, but
But they got to play like
you got to just let that
Gotta
go out
play
of your
for hope.
mind. Yeah, you got to just play as hard as you can. Hope you get a mercy rule win. Best case for an AC Diesel, you go and win out in your next 2 games with 2 mercy rule wins, and then just let the paintball gods
Let the
sort it
cards
out.
fall,
That
yeah.
way you did everything you possibly could have done, and Diesel has the talent to mercy rule anyone if they're playing well. And we're back in the pits here with Diesel, so let's listen in.
He only went there for like 5 seconds standing up.
He was in there by the time I looked
Wrapped
inside.
and went. That's what I mean. He went quicker. He went straight to the closet,
Baginski
shooting,
there.
got there.
Some
Went low, he wrapped
knowledge
every
from
time.
Shane Howe.
I feel like a lot of teams are going mustaches here for World Cup. I did not get that memo. Not that I would have carved a mustache in for it, because, you know, trying to sleep in the same bed with my wife, you know what I'm saying? So,
Deal here. I would have gotten my neck wrung out.
yeah, I'll show pictures of my wife when I have my handlebar mustache. I'm like, dude, check out my awesome facial hair from back in the day. She's like, oh, hell no, bro. No. I like the beard, but that's about it.
Rebel losing their first player on the snake side from the snake side can.
Taylor.
4-on-5 advantage for the Brooklyn Bears. Already down by 1 point here.
Let's see if the Bears hold the containment here.
There's a lot of players doing work on their hoppers out there. I wonder if the paint's kind of missized. They're jamming up in their hoppers. Omar there in the center wing, trying to get his gun going again. Taking that hopper off again. I think he's got a misshaped ball in that hopper. I've seen several players doing the same thing.
Well, the body walking off right now for Revo is Caleb Abel, and he's been their go-to attacker on the snake side all season long, so that's a tough death for Revo.
2 repossessions quickly there for the Bears. Bears looking pretty good here at this point. 5-on-4 advantage. Have Revo trapped inside the pocket as Benny Carroll moves from the Dorito can to the Dorito tower. Omar's sitting up pretty high in that wing. He's got to watch that hopper. Snake for the Bears. First time the Bears have been in the snake this match, giving them a little advantage here. If he can crawl forward and capitalize on that.
Nick Sosim make a move up the center, playing off the snake guy.
Yeah. Knows the gun went wide, so he knew he had a little bit of a seam to get in there. Benny Carroll able to get from the Dorito tower out to Dorito 2. I like that lateral fill. A little safer than filling from the Dorito 1 from the Dorito 2 because the cross shot doesn't have it. Oh, Amara gets dotted up there.
Yeah, player from the wedge wrapped around, smoked him.
3-on-5
And
advantage.
that allows Altimore to get to the 50-yard line here, so nice move by Altimore. Sees the moment in the chaos as Omara with the death, or Altimore's gonna get a little help. Smokes Weaver. And another body dropping right now for Revo, so it's Henry Sense. Not looking good for Revo here, as Brooklyn Bears gonna be most likely tying this one up.
Benny Carroll getting caught there. Bears winning this point pretty handily with 4 or 5 bodies left alive. Sakaguchi still sitting back there in the decoy, just watching it all go down.
I think the Bears won that point because they're really playing in pairs. One guy would make a move, next guy would make a move off of that. So
And
they're
it
all flying
rhymes.
down the field together.
So that's
Yeah,
cool.
and that's when they play well. That's when everyone plays well. Speaking of playing well, Grayson, you guys look really good here at this event. You guys beat Revo. Speaking of which, talking about Revo, you guys beat them. You beat New York Extreme today in overtime. How's the vibe on the team right now?
Everyone's having fun. We're still being critical on each other. We're still drilling, but everyone's having a good time. Everyone's stepping up in their own way, right? Because maybe a player wins a point, but you need a team to win a match.
Well, only one Sunday appearance for you guys. It was a 6th place, but the past 2 events have been 18th and 16th. And we've talked, and it's obviously frustrating. A young, hungry squad, a lot of talent, but just, maybe you'd have a point, but then the rest of the guys die behind you. Or you die and somebody else steps up. It was trying to get everyone on the same page, but whatever you guys did between then and now, it's looking a lot better.
We had a lot of conversations about connecting the whole field instead of 2 guys having information and not sharing it properly. And I think we're doing a great job. Everyone knows what's happening every month.
So we'll see aftermath tomorrow. As right now, AC Diesel trying to take Snake off the break, gets torched, but they do shoot one body, so it's a 4-on-4 situation.
4-on-3, I think, Matt.
4-on-3? Oh, Diesel was another one?
They lost their Snakeside can. It looks like Clint Johnson filled that right away.
Well, they do have a 2-point lead, but this is Uprising's opportunity to get back in this match with a slight one-body advantage and some ground up the middle.
Plenty of time left.
Olsen's looking for it. He wants to move up. Here comes Graham Arnold, who's been such a consistent star for Uprising for pretty much since they got into the Pro League.
He just bounced J-Rab. Back center from Snake 1 to back center. And it crawls inside. I think he could have kept pressuring J-Rab there.
Across the board on every team, Seymour bounces today, and that's the humidity.
Yeah.
It's just more humid today than it was yesterday.
Paint management at an event like this, especially in Pro, is everything. It's the difference between winning and losing points sometimes.
It's critical.
So Arnold is now crawled up inside Snake 2. He's got Olsen beside him at the laydown door. That's the offense. Here, shading towards the Snake side for Uprising as we hit 8:30 on the clock.
I believe J-Rab's trying to shoot a bounce shot off.
I was thinking the same thing. I see it bouncing off that wing right in front of him. Just constantly pumping that, hoping he gets either a bounce shot in or keeps him from crawling forward due to the pressure. But what Uprising has to understand is it's a 4-on-3 here, and they're not going to get much better of an opportunity with Diesel caught in the back there than they have right now. They need to press the advantage they have and go forward. Get out of that Dorito 1 and get up into the Dorito 2 or 3.
Especially with Uprising, that penetration up the center, I think nothing's really stopping.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing's stopping that Dorito guy from going forward, that's for sure. And the guy that's in the Snake brick looking D side for Uprising isn't stopping that guy going forward because that guy's down a body and up 2 points, so he's probably not going forward.
Olsen pops the top, thinking about making his move up here with our eye in the sky. Good, gets checked back in though. Must have got some sort of information though as he throws the comms over to Graham Arnold.
Yeah, J-Rab almost caught him over the top there. Dorito 1, Dorito 2 for Uprising. That was a good move. If he can go one more, he can put pressure on J-Rab in that back center.
I'd like to see Graham go all the way down to Snake here.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping him except himself, right? That's what great players do when they're not pressured. They don't stop themselves. They go forward, take the pressure off the rest of the guys. And if he goes forward, he'll take the pressure off the 2 guys in the center and allow them to go forward a little bit as well.
I do like how, look, Uprising is down 2, but they're not playing in a good way with a sense of desperation. They are being proactive. They are making moves. They're head checking. They're trying to fight their way up the field, but they're not making any dumb fills, no poor decisions out there, just really smart decisions across the board with the 4 bodies left alive. They lost that early one, and other than that, no one made a mistake. They just calmly, methodically, and aggressively, slowly but surely made their way up the field. And now they're going to pull within 1 with 6 minutes and 41 seconds. That's pretty much straight textbook paintball right there for Uprising.
Good shooting off the break, and they close out.
Yeah, they had the 1-body advantage, and they made the most of it.
Control.
I just like to see that, because sometimes, oh my God, we're down by 2. I got to make this move. And then you just blindly run through a lane where somebody's watching it, and that's just a straight rookie mistake. Now, Uprising are far, far from rookies. They have had pretty much their core has been around for years, and they have proven they can be top teams. It's been talk about frustrating years. They're sitting at 17th place, 18th, 17th, 14th, and 15th for Uprising this year. Let's listen to their pitch real quick. There's Coach Omron. And they got a rave going on in there, or what?
It's EDC this week.
That was like that's like basically what it sounded like in the Hormesis booth last night.
Same cats. Here we go, 5 alive for both teams. Brooklyn Bears doubling up that back center. Diesel releasing. I'm sorry, Revo releasing. Getting to the tower. Both towers, both cans, back center.
So Bears took a risk by going out wide on the Dorito side, and then Revo, they did an interesting breakout where they took the Dorito side can and the tower at the same time. Look for this guy to go up the center. Is that O'Mara?
Yeah, good old-fashioned 5-on-5 break right now.
Oh, it's Sean Salcedo.
Yeah, Shorty makes that move from the Dorito tower to the center wing, looking snake side. Trying to stop the Brooklyn Bears from filling out to the snake corner or snake insert. I don't think that they know he's there. But they do know that someone's in the center of the field pressuring their gun that way. Good communications from both squads. It's very similar positions. Shorty with the advantage at the center of the field. Oops, someone getting a check over there. Omar getting the check in the decan. Look like he's okay.
Yeah, this is again 5-on-5 break. It's tied 1-1. A lot of time on the clock. This is some Sunday paintball,
I was
right?
gonna say this looks like Sunday.
Both
Sunday
these
fun.
teams,
Yeah.
Rich, desperately need a win, and they're just playing smart paintball. They're engaging in gunfights. What's going through your mind right now, Grayson? You're in this situation.
I think if you're a front guy absorbing a lot of pressure, you got to quarterback your back guys and help them figure out somewhere to go, right? The Bears stayed in the back center, doubled up a lot. One of the guys eventually got pinched out.
Oh, and they lose Frank, too.
Yeah. I would have liked to see GJ go and get next to Franks a lot sooner.
I agree 100%. Freeing up the back center guy to not get shot out there.
Well, now it's a 3-on-5 situation in favor of Revo. And again, Revo going 1-1
Oh,
yesterday.
Salcedo looks over the top and takes one in the face. 5-on-3. Oh, but someone gets shot at the same time, so 4-on-2 advantage now for Revo. They're off. They call kill 3, so it's 43, 4 of them. 2 players left alive for the Bears.
And you see that Revo's playing a little bit different of a style yesterday. They have more of their back guys playing the front positions, and they're just communicating, playing off each other, and shooting a lot of paint.
Just kind of staying alive, trying not to make mistakes, right? I think that this field is one of those fields where it's more important to stay alive, not make mistakes, than it is to press to your advantages when you have it.
Chris Caputo makes a move out of the snake side can to the snake insert bunker.
If he can get in that snake, he can do some work. We saw him shoot 4 guys in his first match out here.
Let's go Caputo. Dude, Caputo was my stud for the Glorious. I think I might have just commentated Kirsten, though. As I think he actually got shot before I said that.
No.
Caputo, you can't die in that spot, bro.
GJ Sakaguchi, last one alive in Dorito 3, now to the 50.
Yeah, he's looking at 4 guys, though. He gets
Got one.
one and gets dotted.
He actually scared Sense and O'Mara. If he
Yeah.
hit his first ball on him, he would have gotten both right away,
Yep.
and it would have been 2-on-1.
Those first shots are super important, and oftentimes that's the difference between the upper echelons players and the guys that are slightly below them.
Control looking pretty good for Revo on that one. I was messing with Caputo a little bit. He's in a tough spot, right? You know, he's over there battling a bunch of bodies. But they do have a lot of time. So a lot of times you're going to feel a sense of urgency when you're in that low body situation. But when it's when you have to score a lot of points, sure, of course, feel that sense of urgency. You need to force the issue. But when it's tied and you're in a low body situation, the other team's going to feel like, okay, now I need to make a move up. It's 2-on-4. And a lot of times you can sucker guys into making poor decisions by kind of playing a little bit of slow. Give it another couple minutes to breathe. Because even if you lose the point, who cares? You're down by 1, still have a lot of time to work with. And so, but those are the types of things you want to be thinking about when you're in those. But again, those are situational willingness drills. You know, you got to be running those 2-on-4s on a regular situation. So you're not a stranger to that moment. So now 6:40 on the clock here. ACD's up by 1. They're going to be losing a body early.
2 bodies.
Oh, 2 bodies, yeah, coming off.
Spica was hunting through the middle. I was really hoping he was going to go through and make that move and gets caught.
Uprising, trying to fill the center. They lose a body right away.
Yeah, if he would have known that they'd already shot 2, I would have told him just to sit back there, relax with it, have up by 2 bodies, try to force Diesel to make another mistake.
Especially because he had the back center to himself. He wasn't double up
Yeah,
center.
it wasn't
getting a lot of
forced to make
pressure.
that move, right? So 4-on-2 advantage here, 4 Uprising. J-Rab gets, 4-on-3. J-Rab gets the snake side can. They have the drill side, and I believe it's Clint Johnson in the laydown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, unfortunately for AC Diesel, Golden was one of those bodies that came off early, and he's one of the
Uprising
big
losing
killers.
another body map. 3-on-3 now. Uprising not doing a good job of taking advantage when they're up on bodies or up on field position so far.
And Uprising, they have more than enough potential to beat a Sunday team, but every time they have the advantage, they're evening it up right away, and then they lose the even body situations.
Yeah. Yep.
This is where the paintballs are going.
Those are the lanes of concern currently here for with 5. Their time's taking off the clock. This is, yeah, but this is again the magnitude of the moment, right? Diesel knows that they have to get a win no matter what, but also realistically, they need to get a win. They need to win by a decently comfortable margin.
J-Rep taking the walk.
Round
2 on 3 advantage now for Uprising.
Clint Johnson here in the low.
Yeah, Clint Johnson repositions probably a good position there. Get on his feet if he needs to. So Diesel in the Landry Logistics bunker and the Dorito can, I believe. Uprising in the Snakeside brick, Landry Logistics tower, and the Snakeside can. Now would be a great time for that Snakeside can to work its way out to the corner or possibly into the snake insert. Clint Johnson repositioning to back center. Literally no one stopping the snake guy now from going forward or outside into the snake.
We got Mark Baginski there on the Dorito can.
The Iceman is looking inside, trying to keep the Uprising guys from moving forward up the center of the field.
4:20 now on the clock. Here comes Borromeo.
Big bite.
Yeah, big bite. Made it work, though. And he's going to hit the deck crawl all the way up.
Gotta contain Clint Johnson there, though. Cannot let him fill out. Clint Johnson gets shot, looking inside. 3-on-1 advantage for Uprising, about to tie this point.
Borromeo popping the top here and with a nice little fill out.
Baginski's
and
a
there
really
goes-
good gunfighter, but it's going to be tough to pull out of 3-on-1, Matty.
Yeah, that's going to be it here. So Uprising tying this game.
I think that's another scenario where I think Olsen had the ball there earlier. He's in a spot where he can't really hold Baginski in that Dorito side can, and he could have gone one more move up the center and held him off. Maybe edged him out a little bit.
Yeah, and again, both these teams sitting at 0-2. Both these teams in a must-win situation. They're tied up. It's going to be a very tense last few moments here to see who's going to take this victory and at least give themselves a chance. You lose that third game, that's it. Your tournament's over. Every 5, 6, 7 years or so, we see a team get in at 1-3. It's not going to happen here.
It doesn't happen at Cup.
Yeah, it never happens at Cup. We had one in California
Chicago
2 years
too, I
ago, and then we had one in Vegas 5 years or 6 years ago. But the one in California, there wasn't the full roster of pro teams there, so that's why a team got in at 1-3. So that's an asterisk. That doesn't really count.
Yes, once they went to 20 teams for the main events, that hasn't happened, right?
Shorty
Yeah,
released up
has
the
not
middle again. This time gets up there live. 5-on-5 for both teams. Brooklyn Bears get out to the corner, but then get shot out. So 5-on-4 advantage now for Revo.
Those are two close battles here. Down to under 6 to play. Revo up by 1. Five bodies alive currently for Revo. Do you see a 5th body out there, Rich, from your angle?
For Revo?
No, for Bears.
They lost their first player in the
Okay,
snake
so
corner.
4-on-5 situation in favor of Revo.
Yep.
Frank makes a good move out wide, though, but he has 3 guns on him now.
Yeah, it's Frank. It's like almost a different Frank, though. I'm missing Frank the Tank, blasting up those blasting up the Dorito side of the field and really turning the guns, like when he played for you guys last season. Like, he was a big threat. He's been doing a good job of getting out to D1, but he's struggling to go forward into the D2, D3, and that 50 where he needs to do to go to be offensive.
Yeah, and maybe if GGA Sakaguchi over here creates a little chaos, it will allow him to take that next move. Right now, he's absorbing pressure from 3 people. Someone else has to play off of that.
Yep.
Well, the battle going down in the center here. Brooklyn Bears on your screen, left-hand side with some ground.
Revo very calm, cool, and collective back here. Just a couple of them had their guns down, just talking, communicating, really talking about what they want to try to accomplish. Bears moving into the snake insert now.
Yeah, this is very much looking like a Sunday game. In both the games in this set, actually.
Yeah, still
Everyone
5-on-4.
really thinking about their moves. No one trying to risk anything. Very conservative breakouts.
Gooch with the retreat. 5-on-3 advantage now for Revo. Already up by 1 point with 4:22 left. Gooch is just over the top running that gun. I love that, as long as he doesn't get caught.
Do you think the little exhibition tournament made this event Sunday ready early?
I think it slowed it down a day faster, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
If that's what you're asking.
Everyone dialed in the shots in the pro field.
Yeah,
There was no
100%.
surprises.
Yep. Every ref called that hit. Oh, missed that shot on Shorty. Shorty had gotten off the gap. Shorty should have stayed a little bit more disciplined there. That
Frank making a move to the 50 Dorito area, but they saw him, so.
And they shot
there
him.
he is.
Revo with 5 bodies left alive there. Very solid point for them.
Yeah, burn some time off the clock.
Controlled very well.
Snacking a lead.
2-point lead now, but on this field, I mean, we've seen some 20-second points, so still got to play tight ball.
Yeah, and also with Breville, they got one more tomorrow. They're 1-1. They get a win here, 2-1. If they can win their game, they'll go 3-1 tomorrow. So probably punching their ticket. There's Mike Jeffrey. Very smart man.
The brains of Revo.
For sure.
Hey, sorry, he was the last
I
one.
don't see him going.
He went D zone that time.
I know, but like I'm on the
I don't
jack.
think so. I don't think so.
I think he's just running through it, right?
Listen, wait, listen to me. It was corner.
Gotta be high.
Hey, listen to me. Corner 3, Virginia, Mexico, into the Hillary early. Okay.
That's as paintball jargon as it gets right there. Hillary, Mexico. No one knows
Hey,
their
decent-
codes, so
decent
that's
survival
good. But that's just
breakout.
that's how it is. It's just funny when we get guys up here and they start talking like that.
He's in the Easter egg. 5 on 5 here. It's like Mouse in that snake insert. Love to see Mouse get into that snake and do what he does so well. There we go. Love to see Mouse get in that snake. I don't think they know he's in there. I bet Mouse goes up here and starts assassinating players.
Oh, he almost got Brendan Olsen,
Yeah,
but he
he
did
just
catch
got
Warren
one.
Hale. Or who is that? Is that Alec?
Let's just start counting. He gets 1. Let's see how many he gets. Let's go, Mouse.
Wrapping this 50 snake here.
Oh,
There's
the
2,
penalty.
minor penalty. 5 on 2 now.
Yeah,
or 5
so
on
he shoots 1 and shoots another one, gets a penalty. Now he's going to assassinate the last guy because he's a little frustrated. Yeah, that's what we need out of Mouse.
Doesn't look like Coach wanted to save Ormrod there. Or
No.
Olsen, sorry.
Not a big fan. Olsen owes him like $6 from there in 2nd grade.
So Mouse doing Mouse things out there.
Yeah, Mouse is one of those guys, kind of in that Keith Brown caliber. When they go in the snake and no one knows they're in there, you can just sense it because they're like, oh man, I'm gonna kill it. A lot of guys will sit there, look inside, miss a shot across the field, kind of announce that they're there, and then kind of hide and play a boring game. Those guys go in there, and there's nobody in there in front of them. They're gonna go down and win that game.
And what is that? If you break that down from a analytical perspective, it's a bit of experience. It's a lot of it's a lot of experience. It's a lot of knowing the field and the angles, and then it's also a lot of sensing pressure and tendencies.
It's the
So when you-
artistry of being a paintball.
Yeah,
right?
well, and it's the artistry of being an elite paintball player. There's Mouse. Yeah, everyone's cut the mustaches in here for this one. But Grayson, you know what I'm saying, right? You get into that spot. Okay, well, you can feel pressure. Where are those arcs of the streams coming from? Are you feeling any pressure? Oh, you're not? Okay, well then, if I go progress past this spot, where's my safest crawl? Where's my safest move? So that's just a little bit of math that they've done so many times that once they get a good read, they can just blast down the field, put themselves in a position to get those, stack up those 2-3 packs. And that's why we keep saying the same names year after year of those types of elite players where we say, oh, if you don't put pressure on Mouse, you can run down and shoot everyone. Well, because he will. Same with Keith Brown and Billy Bernaccia. You know, it's just they don't mess around. You know, they're not going to just go to a spot and sit there and look inside if they know they can go feast.
If there's no pressure, they're going to explode and they're going to shoot
If
everybody.
you're not
like
stopping
you said.
them, they're gonna come get you. Revo running away with this one a little bit here. 3-1.
2 guys going wide. Oh, okay. So Frank Etzemasso stepping out in the open for the Bears. GJ Sakaguchi actually going to the Dorito 2 off the break. Looks like he makes it. Refs check him, called him clean.
5 life for both teams. Revo and Snake 2 looking inside.
So what Frank did there is he put pressure on the back center person for Revo.
Get it off him.
Yeah, so that way GJ Sakaguchi had a safer move to go out wide. Now GJ is cutting up the snake side.
Frank just went up to the Logan Landry logistics spot, ended up getting taken out. I think he knew exactly that snake that Adams had made it into the snake that good. Adams had a lot of good spins from Revo at the last event. He was a bit of a workhorse for him. Oh, gonna get another kill inside. Oh, but he gets taken out though, but not before he did some damage.
Weaver taking the walk. 3 on 3.
Revo all in those back spots
Maybe 2 on 3.
and gonna be conceding the point here for the Bears. Looked like it was a 3-on-2 situation when that point got conceded with a little under 3 to play, down by 2. Might have let that play out for another 30 seconds or so, depending on what my guys were giving me. If they're hiding in their spots, yeah, I'm gonna concede. If they're being proactive in a 2-on-3, probably going to let it play out a little bit because that's not that big of a deficit.
Yeah, and I think GJ is the type of player to go try to make something happen. I would have given him especially a little more time. And Nick Sosine, he's been pretty clutch for them the last 2 years.
Yeah, and GJ likes to roll dice on aggression. He's not scared to make a big move. So, yeah, I just think it was a slightly early concession, but I understand. They want to give themselves a good old solid, let's get back to 5-on-5. We don't have to run reckless, do anything crazy, and see if we can score a couple to tie.
Oh, no. Uprising had a bad start. He left the gate early.
5-on-4 advantage for Diesel.
When you're down by a point, you cannot be doing little mistakes like that.
5-on-3 advantage for Diesel.
Five on two.
Yeah, Clint Johnson screaming hardcore, 22, basically saying, hey, we've already won this point. Just stop playing. Find the bodies, communicate, don't make mistakes. Diesel going to win their first match here, it looks like.
Well, they got a little work to do still. They're only up by 2, and there's 2:41 to go. And Uprising almost came back against the Lucky 15s.
No, it's impossible.
I feel like improbable is the word that you're thinking about, Rich.
I don't understand what that means. If it means the same as impossible, then yes, improbable.
There's a few, I mean, every team I think is capable of winning a 20-second point, but Uprising is high up on that list for me.
Yeah.
Heat's high up in that list too.
Oh, yeah.
Red Legion.
Yeah. Oh, timeout being called here. Revo up by 3 on the Bears. And the Bears, again, they went 1-1 yesterday. But the Bears put up a big score on the Saints. Lost to Extreme by 2. So probably sitting at like a plus 3-4.
Matt, can you use some of your political clout to have them wet down the roads down there so it's not so dusty out here? For God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm not sick, and I was hacking up a lung when I woke up this morning trying to clear the dust out of my lungs.
When you're up here, you're just sitting in the dust cloud. It's amazing.
Well, and all my notes and computer and everyth's just covered in a thin layer of fine dust. You're supposed to breathe that in all day,
Let's
right,
go,
Grayson?
Tom Cole.
Oh, yeah.
It's good
Last
for your
night
lungs.
when I was blowing my nose, it was black booger.
Help a brother out, Tom Cole. Let's go.
On top of this humidity, we've got a little dust. Perfect.
Got a lot of dust.
Yes, it's perfect conditions.
Revo up by 3 here. A little less than 3 minutes left for Brooklyn Bears to try to score a minute per point.
Let's listen in real quick. Mark Johnson with his boys.
So make sure, listen, for this to work perfectly, you have to get a good shot. Because he has to get into the Cobra. He's got to be there. Guns come up, you're under the... But if he needs to be a little bit slow. He's got to be a little... That's why the shot... That's why be better... Yes.
Do it like you're not going to go once you get towards the bunker.
I want you to shoot back into here. That'll slow you down enough to put A back in.
Hey, real quick.
But Mouse, when they shot me, they were in the guy.
Yeah, but we didn't go
For this to work, I just need to shoot at the blue. Have they been playing blue cross?
I mean, does it still feel big
Hold on,
double?
that's a good point. If they go God, he has to hold up because we can't stop.
Trying to figure out those angles.
Kind of surprised to hear that conversation. Here we go. Breakout with Revo and Brooklyn Bears.
Free snake way for Revo. Taking a risk out to the corner. Oh, he just got shot. He made it on the gap, but I think he just got shot in the pack crawling.
Yeah, well, Bears losing Caputo, so that's not going to help their chances on this comeback.
They do get to Dorito too. They are getting another check on the snake side cam. It looks like he's okay. 4-on-5 advantage here for Revo. Revo dropping their first body, snake corner, so 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, it's going to help out the Bears' chances, but they got to get it going. They need 3 just to tie. They absolutely need to win to stay in this tournament here.
And they cannot just sit in the back and shoot their guns because Revo's in the pocket. They're not going anywhere.
Here we go, Nick Sosine making a move up the center.
Yeah, it looked like he thought someone was up in that wing. Revo dropping another body. There's signs of life. Revo's got another 15. I mean, Brooklyn Bears got another 15 seconds to win this point if they can win 3 points within a minute per point.
We got Weaver, Carroll, and Sense left.
Yeah. Simon dropped the hammer. 5-on-3.
Bears trying to push the issue in the middle of the field. They're going to get a little bit of help as they get another body up at those 50-yard line, crucial attacking positions.
I don't like the snake player from the Bears staying inside, not going down the field, looking inside to get a kill instead of going forward. They're down by 3 points, and now there's less than 2 minutes, and he's been sitting in there for 30 seconds shooting his gun.
Well, Greg launches, he gets one, and here comes on the counterattack. Perfect staggered attack here for the Brooklyn Bears. Greg, the first to go, Greg Rostek. He gets through, and then, oh, is he clean? Referee giving him a little bit of a check. Yeah, looks like he is good to go. So, yeah, that was a nice little staggered attack to close the door and pull within 2 with a minute and 34 seconds left to go. So still an opportunity here, and we're now in the pits with the Bears. Tense moments
Bears.
for them. Tournament on the line. Let's listen in real quick.
We only have a minute, bro.
Four.
You got 4.
They're arguing about how many pots to take.
Who's got my whip? I need air, please.
We're at the fill station. Somebody that going for air. Good. Ready. Let's go. We need it again. We need it again.
I need
Swabs.
Here's the difference between Diesel and Bears. I think Diesel's being pretty analytical about how to keep their lead, and then the Bears are just, hey, good job, guys.
More
A little
emotional.
chaotic,
Yeah.
So off the breakout here, on the breakout. Diesel actually taking some ground, going snake off the break. Oh, going to be getting a minor penalty, though. That's going to pull out J-Rab.
5 on 3.
Good gun off the break, but they do control the 50-yard line here in the snake with 2:23 to go. I like the aggression, though, trying to put this coffin nail and knowing they need points, too. And that's also got to be in the conversation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're at the 50-yard line, wrapping around. They control the snake. He's got a body behind him as well, the insert bunker on the snake side.
Yeah, and Uprising had a guy in the snake, and he should have just tried to go trade with him.
Yep. Did BJ shoot him down the wire?
I couldn't see. But it's a 4 on back center now, just gets obliterated for the 50 snake as if he didn't know he was there. The center 50 guy is just pumping the back of the snake as if there's not a guy in front of him in the 50. 3 on 3 now. Went from a 5 on 3 to a 3 on 3. Uprising squandering these bodies. The snake insert guy for Uprising is playing defensively with 2 guys in front of him in the snake, not clearly understanding that he needs to go through and get both of those guys, or at least one of those guys.
It's another 5 on 3 here that Uprising might have squandered.
And that's, when you go back and look at his Diesel playing well, they're winning 5 on 3s, right? But if they're in a 5 on 3 situation against another top team, they're probably not going to pull that point back.
Yeah, and again, both these teams sitting at 0-2. So if Uprising loses this game, their World Cup will be over. They will have one more to play, but can't get in at 1-3. Diesel be really beneficial for them if they could stack up some points here. They don't have a lot of time to do it, but I'll take a 5-2 spread or a 6-2 spread over a 4-2 spread any day.
They're going for it.
Goldman cutting up the field, trying to get this last kill with the early aggression, working out for Diesel, because that's the reason they're winning this point, even though they lost the 2 early. Yeah, Spica screaming, hang it. Yeah, we need the points, man. Need the points. If you're going to go 2-2,
Margin
you need
becomes
every bit
critical.
of the margin you possibly can get, especially a cup. There's no wild cards here, man. This is top 2 from each division.
I'm excited for that next point because I think it's going to be a car crash of Uprising trying to come tie it up and
20
Diesel
second
still trying to
points.
get more points. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
We can hope.
So the Bears in that last point, like Rich was saying, he just went into that snake 4, that inside snake 2, and he kind of was just shooting inside. Him not just going all the way down and shooting the people playing safe on Revo, it could have cost him about 20 seconds.
Yeah, at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, so we're in the pits here currently with Mark Johnson, new coach for his team, so owner coach. So yeah, they had him in for the past couple events, but I talked to Mark about it. I talked to Mike about it too. Mark was like, "Look, this is my problem. This is my team. It's my problem, and because we have not done well, so I'm gonna stop playing, and I want to coach."
Caputo gets shot on the break.
And he's still good, too. He still understands the game, so that's the best type of coach you could have.
Mark is a good player too, though. I find like he's always up in the mix when he's playing.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it, right? Like if you put the superstar team together, you're the one spending the money, and then I respect that. I think Mike's one of the best coaches ever, but I get
just because you're
it.
a good player doesn't mean you're necessarily a good coach, right? There's lots of great players that.
But until you try, you don't know if you're good at anything.
100%.
You never picked up a guitar, you don't know if you're good at it. I mean, no one's good at guitar to start out.
That's
but,
a great example. Thank you.
Yeah, but until you actually give it a go.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly that I was bad at playing guitar before I picked it up, but I tried anyway.
So we actually have a mic'd up package here with J-Rab during this very important game. Let's listen in real quick.
Should be fun.
Hey, 44! 44, Mouse! I think that's it. Hey, stay on that! BJ! You gotta stay on the money! Okay, danger! Closet! Dorito 1! Hey, kill the closet! Kill the closet, 33! Be there.
Great
Let's go,
quarterback in there.
motherfuckers! Hey, let's go! Let's go right fucking now!
Great cheerleading there. J-Rap's doing it all.
Got a quarterbacker, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's on and off the field, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cobra. Yeah. Okay, reverse Mandingo then.
So we're gonna keep those coming at you here, miking up some players out there, and it's funny because I love listening to the sounds of the game, but I mean I don't know their codes, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about
Oh,
sometimes.
the Cobra? The Cobra?
I don't know what their Cobra is.
Yeah, their Cobra may be different than our Cobra.
Do you guys have a Cobra?
I don't think so.
We have a Cobra.
Do you have a
But they
Cobra?
We have a Cobra. Our Cobra is different than the Diesel's Cobra. I only know because I played with them last year. So
Yeah.
We've got a boa constrictor, Josh Taylor, but other than that,
Oh, like personnel wise. So yeah, sun setting in the sky here in Kissimmee, Florida for the 2023 World Cup. This is our last set of the day. We'll be coming at you bright and early, starting 8 o'clock in the morning for the last day of the prelims before we get to the most important day of the tournament, Sunday. Also tomorrow during the lunch break, we will have the finals of the Commanders Cup as the veterans will be playing each other. Happy birthday to the Marine Corps. That's going down this weekend as well, too.
thank you guys all for your service. We all appreciate it.
So Uprising, God, man, just got to be frustrated with their year. They got a new owner this year. They got a very experienced group of guys. There's a lot of talent, and they just can't seem to find a way to get it together to make Sundays.
They're close. I mean, when you see them play, it's not like they're getting blown out, and they play some good points. It just doesn't seem like they're at the level of the teams they're playing against.
But again, I mean, you can't. There's no other way to call it. 17th place for them overall.
I'm not looking for
super
trouble, Matt.
frustrating.
I apologize if I said something to offend you.
No, it's not that. It's just that if I'm Uprising with the talent they have and what they've done past 5-6 years, 18th, 17th, 14th, 15th, something's got to change.
But it's hard to stay. It's hard to keep that upward trajectory, right? Sometimes you have to bring in some new blood, kind of start over and rebuild.
Travel,
halfway
play different
through.
teams.
Whatever you have to do.
Whatever
right?
it may be.
which, I mean, they have been traveling. They do have a few new pickups that have been playing pretty well for them this year.
Didn't they come down and play you guys?
They did come down and played us last week.
Got a little bit of a bloodbath here. Oh, look at the running down the Uprising. No one's looking at the Uprising player coming down the snake side. Why did he stop?
Well, Borromeo's
Yeah,
going
keep
after it right
going,
now.
man.
Borromeo's going to get all the way through, and with 30 seconds left, he definitely has enough time to put a point on the board to make this one interesting.
See, if they just did that every point, they'd be fine.
Can you do that 2 more times in 25 seconds?
No, but it's entertaining.
And that's what's interesting. Coming from practicing them last year, I mean, they were playing really good team ball. They were actually winning the 3-on-5s and not losing the 5-on-3s. So I don't know what's happening this weekend. Is it the pressure of the pro field?
These guys are experienced. It can't possibly be the pressure.
Who'd they
It can't
practice?
be that. These guys have been here and done that, and it can't possibly be the pressure. So some smiles, and yeah, real quick point there for Uprising, but like Grayson said, can that happen again? Sure. Once. Can they do it twice here in the time allowed? Probably not.
And definitely you don't want to gamble on it.
I will say some of those guys look like they're having fun, right? It's got to be frustrating after this game when you lock in the loss, but they seem to be enjoying the little wins.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that.
And their lanes were great this game. I mean, they got a lot of kills off the break. They just didn't capitalize. They lost a lot of bodies, which we actually did ourselves a few times this week.
Well, minute left to go here. Baltimore Revo up by 3 on the Brooklyn Bears.
Bears lose 1 on the break.
This will be the Bears' second loss. See what the point spread's going to look like, though, at the end of regulation time.
Bears with 2 left alive, the center tower and the center wing snake side. Revo with 4 players, possibly 5 players left alive as they get into that 40 Dorito over there. And I think that's it. 30 seconds left. Revo up by 3. Looks like they're going to win this one.
Oh, they want
Can't
more
give
points
them,
because of that loss from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Revo sprints in, doesn't stop to burn the clock. They hit the buzzer to force another point. We're absolutely going to play a 28-second point. So Revo, yeah, trying to stack up that score. So yeah, Revo, again, they went 1-1 yesterday. Even on the spread, they lost by Aftermath. Good job, Grayson. by 1, and then they beat the Saints. And but honestly, that 1-point win, even though it's a win, that depending on how things go, that could be their Achilles heel. Because if everyone's going to put up a bunch of points on the Saints, that's a problem. Bears mercy ruled the Saints. Rebel beats them by 1. NYX mercy rules the Saints. So depending on what happens tomorrow, we will see.
Yeah. Keeping it interesting out here in pro paintball. Never know what's going to happen.
But I mean, that's good for you guys because you guys play the Saints tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so.
Saints first.
Yeah, so know that going in. If you have a chance to run up the score, run it up.
Uprising dropping 1, making it to the snake though.
Scotty
One
Knight.
kill. J-Rab diving to snake 2, get shot. 3-on-3 here. 3-on-2. Uprising pushing onto Diesel side of the field though.
Olsen caught one in the side though.
2-on-1.
No penalty assess.
Uprising still with 1 player left alive.
Yeah, but his time's taken off the clock, and that will do it. So the final score going to be AC Diesel 5, Uprising 3. Uprising is going to be out of the World Cup. They still have one more game tomorrow, so they could play a spoiler. But Diesel's still in it, 1 and 2. With the 4-point, what was it? 3-point spread, 2-point spread, 2-point spread. Oof, I don't know. I mean, Diesel.
It's luck, right? If they get in, they get lucky. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
You know?
They got the win,
It's
so
not
that's
gonna be
a
up to
step
them,
in the
though.
right
It's gonna be up to
direction.
whether another team does well or
Yeah.
another team does poorly.
It's just always unfortunate. Anyone that plays paintball at a high level for a long enough time, it's always really, really tough to sit there and put your fate in other people's hands.
Nothing
You're
worse.
sitting there
Remember Bo
counting
being
the
up here,
points.
2
Yeah,
and 2.
it was go back a year or 2 years ago. It was a constant cliche for me. Is we'd get Bo Milo up here,
telling us the math,
and it would be Saturday
Break it down
afternoon.
for us, Mo.
Like, how you doing, Bo? I'm sitting 2 and 2 with a -1, 2 and 2 with a +1. Like, he was just constantly on the just but with their fate in other people's hands.
I need these guys to do this and these guys to do this.
It's a crappy position to be in.
Yeah.
But you make your own destiny here, right?
Yeah, you put yourself in that position, right?
It's one of the reasons I love the game. There's a lot that goes into us.
3-on-4 advantage here for Revo. Brooklyn trying to win. Looks like Greg's moving up that middle. Greg needs to get a kill here and stay alive. Oh, Snake player gets eliminated. Oh, so close. If Revo had 10 more seconds.
So Revo, they hung it because they wanted another one, and it is going to be final score 6-2. That's a pretty sizable win for Revo, 4-point spread for them. So they're going to be 2-1 +4. Not looking bad at all with 1 more to go tomorrow. So that is going to do it here, the competition. Day 2 of the prelims here, 2023 NXL World Cup. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, we will be here bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Grayson, thank you so much. You guys are looking really dialed right now as Aftermath, San Diego Aftermath, undefeated, holding down for California. So I'm Matty Marshall, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Matty.